Tonight, we flip the script. Campus vibes, political trends, and Nigeria through the eyes of its future.
Yes, for once, the guests are not politicians or policymakers. It's young Nigerians just like you, speaking truth to power. Welcome to the PAPShow Café, where young Nigerians don't just study politics, they shape it.
This is the Political Advantage platform where we break down politics to build a better Nigeria.
This isn't your regular episode. This is our brand new youth-led episode edition, the PAPShow Café.
We gather bright minds from Nigeria's top campuses, Bayes, Nile, University of Abuja, ABU, and beyond to track what's happening and what it means for our generation.
Each edition reviews the hottest political stories and moments month before, inside and outside the PAPShow studio.
So, from July's biggest interviews to the headlines that lit up your timelines, let's talk what trended and why it matters to you. On the PAPShow, we opened July with a bang. Hakeem Bab Ahmed joined us and said youths of today think government is a source of money.
Then came activist Deji Adeyanju, who wonders why judges in Nigeria aren't paid like legislatures.
And of course, Dambello, the journalist turned satirical comedian, breaking the internet with his funny and yet controversial videos that call out powerful Nigerians came calling.
But before we go into it all, let's meet our panelists. Amina Yakubu Khalil, mostly known as Samima Khalil, is a 17-year-old girl from Niger State. She is currently waiting admission to attend Mariam Abacha American University. She is an amazing climate change and child rights activist and a national member of Nigerian Children's Youth Parliament. Wow. Next is Nnamdi Ezeogo, who is 32 years old of age and he hails from Abia State. Nnamdi is a director, African Affairs at the Shastri Institute of Governance and Leadership, New Delhi. And he is a former National Secretary General of the Association of African Students in India, AASI. That is quite impressive. That is more impressive than my resume.
Oh my God.
we have Hawa Abubakar, a 19 years old from Edo State. Hawa holds a diploma on
mechatronics engineering. Wow, that's fantastic.
I don't know what that is. Oh. That is so impressive. And she is championing, pushing in climate change. That is amazing. That is wonderful. Meet her shortly.
Wow.
Umar, you can take it from here.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic, to be honest with you. I'm also wowed by her own activities and the stuff she's been doing. And next is from Kaduna State, we have Yusuf Shehu Bello, aged 26, and holds an LLB from University of Maiduguri. Well, LLB is your own things, right?
Yes.
Wow. Yusuf is a former Solicitor General Student Representative Council, Nigerian Law School in Buari, here in Abuja.
Wonderful.
Should I say Abuja
the dream
State?
Place. Abuja State?
No, you're coming to that. We also have Habiba Moreni Keji, who is 29 years old and she holds a B.Tech in Agricultural Science. Habiba is a culinary artist, a passionate activist, and has a sharp mind for politics and social justice, just like you.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
This is so amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, and certainly not the least, Aisha Muhammad Babangida from Kano State, my hometown.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Aisha is 22 years old and is a first-class graduate from Federal University, Dutse. She is passionate about mental health awareness, advocacy, and grassroots healthcare outreach.
Amazing.
Thank you, Omar, for that. Today is amazing.
We welcome you all to this great place, Bricks Point, Asokoro poolside restaurant, as Hadiza has also mentioned earlier. Welcome to all of you to the PAPShow Café.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just to start it off with a bang, what are your thoughts from PAPShow July edition? Just to kickstart this amazing PAPShow Cafe maiden episode, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's been a very interesting episode based on my review because it's carried necessary informations that happened last month and needs to be spoken about.
Oh,
That's amazing.
great.
Okay, the July episode actually is very interactive and very educative based on reality basics and purpose. It touched the necessary national issues, what we are facing in the country, and you get a lot of good, vibrant consultants in their field to discuss about the national issues.
Is there anyone in particular that you would want to dive into?
People like Barrister Deji and Solomon Lalon.
You have a background in law. Do you want to dive into that topic briefly, maybe to discuss?
I can
what
dive
Dr.
into it
Deji
because
said.
it's based on experience and what you study. So actually, the issue of let me chip in into the issue of the telecom 50% telecom tariff hike, which the NCC, the Nigerian Communication Commission, want to make an increase. Actually, is something that is not a good policy to the current issue in Nigeria.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we hope to pick up on that a little later when we come to talk about more complex political issues. Let's move on to, Habiba.
So I think the last month, I think I learned so much. I'm a kind of lady that I don't really do stuff. I don't really watch news. But you guys are doing amazing on the social media.
Wow,
Stuff
that's
out
great.
Thank you. We truly appreciate
And this
it.
is an interesting
Thank you.
issue, Hadiza. A lot of young people are not interested in news. They're detaching themselves.
There's so much political apathy. I think we've seen this. A lot of people would say, politics doesn't really concern
Yeah.
them. They don't really care.
Yeah.
A lot of people I met, they're like,
And
be honest, we don't really care. It
it's
doesn't
not only
concern us.
about it's not
It
only
doesn't
about the
concern
political
us.
apathy thing in the media space in journalism.
It
that's
doesn't
what we
even
call
look
news
attractive.
avoidance.
Yeah.
No,
See,
there is
yeah.
news
It doesn't-
avoidance. Young
I think
people are
it's
avoiding
because
news. How?
a lot of young persons in Nigeria, they're so focused on just entertainment. So anything that is not giving them that quick, maybe dopamine rush of, they're not very...
5-second scroll.
Exactly, they're not interested in it.
There is this local understanding of our people for what definition of social media is.
Okay.
Some when you talk about social media, they are just eager to log in there and get followers and be attached or get influenced by some entertainment,
Okay.
which they are not even part of their country problems, like watching some film episodes or something that will not drive their education.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
Okay, Izegu, I think, okay, do you think the pop show can appeal to young people in such a way that it will have an influence on changing their mindset and make them more interactive to the news, attracted to the news?
Yeah, I think that can happen, or it's obviously you're in the right direction, talking from experience, and the kind of engagement which you've had, through the past have been very constructive. The criticism have also been constructive because at the end of the day, this is our country. God has destined us to be together. It's just like what we're saying is like you're living in a house, it's dirty, and instead of getting up, taking the brooms to clean it, prepare the house to be okay for your comfort, you're moving to another person's house which is clean. And when you're there, you get that place dirty, you look for somewhere else to go to. So that kind of vagabondism, we actually need to rethink as a people. Government is we the people. We are the ones who actually are supposed to checkmate and hold accountable to people who are there to serve us. And you cannot do that without the proper enlightenment, without the proper education. So that's why for us, we are more interested in education, because we know that, like I did mention to you earlier, education is the only way that we can have people with a sound mind, and development is relative. So, so PAPShow is doing a very great job.
We appreciate that, certainly.
So, I was very excited actually when I got the invite.
Oh, that's great.
These are the kind of platforms I would personally want to.
Certainly, we're grounded in trying to do one thing, which is from the get-go, youth involvement.
Yeah.
Because it's no small thing that we
is.
make up a majority of the population here. Just like we keep on saying, the amount of people that decide to stay back saying that maybe their voice doesn't count, their votes don't count, their opinions don't matter. It's that collectivity of laid backness that would affect us as a nation. That silence, that complicity and silence becomes a problem for us all. I don't know if maybe there are certain issues, maybe in recent things, to say the nurses recently that have been, I think there was a report that I saw about from 2017 to 2025, there were about how many thousand nurses? Fact check me if I'm wrong, 15,000, right?
15,421 nurses moved from Nigeria just to the UK.
Yeah, to the UK.
And it's very similar to what you said, when your house is dirty and then you move to somebody else's house and dirty the house. But I don't think if these nurses, for example, are dirtying the UK or like causing nuisance, they wouldn't be there that long. So honestly, in my opinion, it is really not that much of a bad thing that you're moving to greener pasture. I mean, everybody wants a better life. So if we treated them, if the Nigerian system was conducive for them, they would not be looking to Japa or to like go to somewhere else. Everybody just needs greener pasture. So I think we need to come together, the government, to look at why are these people going? What are they earning there compared to what the average nurse is earning here? How can we improve their condition here to make it comfortable for them to stay?
I think the issue of unity comes in. I mean, not unity, like patriotism. What do you have to add upon this?
I think they don't feel valued or seen here because maybe we don't have enough facilities or so many other things that can contribute to the positivity of the country in a positive way. So I think maybe we need improvement. We need to invest in health care services, education, professors, and many more.
Do you blame them?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Honestly,
You're hailing
because
them for
I feel like they
the
don't
government
feel seen
or
as
healthcare providers.
I don't blame the nurses.
Yeah, the nurses.
I was going to ask you. You have a healthcare
And you think
background.
that's
Okay, from the health
Because to
background.
me, I feel.
Yeah, before I move to you, you feel what they're doing is okay?
Yeah, to me.
If you were to get that opportunity, you would also
of course,
migrate?
if we don't
100%.
invest.
You would jack back.
That's if we don't.
Let's
If
have
I
a show
don't
of
feel-
hand. Or let's have a show of hand. 100%.
You would jack back.
Yes.
Ye-
If
Okay.
where I'm
The
working,
thing
I
is
don't
that
feel
it's
like
not even about
exactly.
the jackpine. Do
Okay.
you understand? Staying abroad is very, very expensive. Everybody knows that. Like I used to say, if I have money, I'll prefer to stay in Nigeria. And I'll prefer to invest in my country. If not for the insecurity and stuff. Healthcare is in Nigeria is so, I don't want to use the word.
Okay,
health.
Aisha.
I want to
Yes.
go, before we get into Aisha, I
Okay.
want to ask you, because you have a background in healthcare. So going from government perspective, a healthcare provider as well, just give us your perspective on that really quick.
Okay, so I would, like you said, it's
You
my
have a background.
field.
Exactly.
Yes. So even while I was returning back to Nigeria, I was considered a madman because it's believed that you are going to where there's no green grass. Now the world is capitalist oriented, capitalist driven. Our society also has been monetized. You mentioned something very important, which is patriotism. It should start with that first. Why did I go into the healthcare industry in the first place? Because I wanted to serve people. It's something I enjoy doing. Why am I not doing it today? Because when I look at the environment, it doesn't support me to practice. Because I've been trained by experts with technologies, machines, newer systems. But today here, there are councils, there are bodies that want to bring you below the standard of where you are. And, by that is like when they say, if you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. So instead of doing that, as somebody who is not conformist, I choose to take on the part of, like I said, economic diplomacy. What do I want to achieve by this? I want a situation whereby we'll be able to attract as much as possible investment in the healthcare sector to Nigeria. And at the end of the day, when we get it fixed, we would not stop them who have left to come back. They would want to, because there's nowhere like home. There's no place like home.
All right. I think, Aisha, it's an interesting thing for me to put this question to you. If we all leave, then who's going to fix Nigeria?
The government has to do that, of course.
But we are the government.
Yeah, please chip in. We are the government. Then
we have the trainers, and we are willing to do that if the circumstances are favorable. Security, if we are being paid well, but they're not playing their role at all.
But we'll complain about bad leadership in the country. Then who are the electorates?
We are the ones, but does our vote count?
I mean,
do they? Don't they count?
That is the whole point.
Don't they count?
If you
That
believe your
is the whole
vote doesn't
point.
count, and everybody here believes our vote doesn't count, and then we don't go to vote, that is when the vote doesn't count. But if everybody here votes, then it would count.
I want to just briefly say something that you all might see very soon. In the 2023 election, about 24 million Nigerians did not come out to vote. Registered voters did not come out to vote. With those many votes, a new leader could have emerged.
Yeah.
Registered voters could have come out to vote.
Exactly.
24 million.
24
This
million
same-
registered voters.
It's a big number.
Registered voters.
They have that same belief that their vote is not counting.
Exactly.
But what I do believe is that, especially I
Political
want to draw back to
participation.
this issue of health something, because I was born and brought up like in a medical family where my mother is even a nurse, and she single-handedly raised me to the position and I today. And she do believe in consistency, helping her country. There are two different mindsets. When you believe you are chasing the money, then you will not get the profession done. You end up doing labor to where that even if your retirement age reaches, they will not recognize your potentials because you will be coming back to your country. It might be those that are lucky to stay there. An issue of health is all about issue of education. If nurses are moving out to the, outside the country, then the educational system is not working, and the government institution that promotes such professional graduates are not helping at all. In the sense that I do believe in change.
Okay.
I cannot leave.
But you think we should not leave?
No, we should not leave. It's
We
our
should
country.
stay
It's
in the
our
country
motherland.
and fix it.
Yeah, it's
If you are currently in the UK or in the US or in Australia and your mom called you to come back, would you come back?
I will not even go there at first, especially on an educational trip.
That has answered all the
I
questions.
respect that answer. And we will go on a short break. Catch us back in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much for staying on. We're now going to take a look at some national stories that trended. From viral TikToks to primetime debates, July in Nigeria had no shortage of drama.
So let's take a look at trending news. We heard of 50% telecom tariff hikes. Why now?
That's the question. Why now?
And the death of an ex-president, President Muhammadu Buhari. That is
Yeah, very, very sad story.
Quite sad. Sadly, there has been a protracted bandit attack in the north central, mainly in Benue. And then NNPC is to sell failing Kaduna, Port Harcourt and Warri refineries.
How about Serap accusing NNPC of not accounting for a whopping 825 billion naira and 25 billion US dollars?
Yes, we also heard of a report released by UK's Nursing and Midwifery Council revealing that 15,421 Nigerian trained nurses left this country between 2017 to 2025.
And that's a very big story.
That is,
and it's a very big
that
blow
is,
to
that
the
is
government.
a massive number.
Well, of course, report by Ripple Metrics indicates that 824 people who have been killed by Nigeria's security agents between 2020 to 2025. How do we end violence against civilians?
Truly, it's horrendous. And then, on a good note, we have a brand new UN Peace Ambassador, Mariam Bukar.
Oh, popularly known as Alhan Islam.
It is amazing, and a woman, of course.
And I know you like her.
Obviously.
Definitely. And of course, another good story, Super Falcons
Win it all.
All. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu showers them with gifts and honors. But do we support the president's gesture? Well, let us go back to the conversation.
Okay, so have you voted?
Well, I have never voted. I mean, I am 19 and I am yet to get my voter's card, but most definitely before the 2027 election, I would make sure to cast my vote. Yeah.
Same card, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have not voted, but I'll be voting in 2027.
Okay.
Yes, I voted in the last election and I'm confident of my choice and I like what I'm seeing in the government today.
No, I haven't. But inshallah, by 2027, I will be.
Okay, yes, I voted twice and I wish to vote again.
No, I haven't because I'm 17. But inshallah, before the next election, I will surely get my voter's card.
Umar Dawood, have you voted?
Yes, of course I have voted in my life.
Wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. What about you? Have you ever voted?
No, I'm with the same card with
You
some of
are-
our presenters
You are
here.
21
Yes.
and have never voted.
Yes.
Do you have PVC?
I do actually. I got the registration slip, but I
Okay.
was not of age at the time.
Next time, you should not criticize the youths for political apathy.
I wasn't of age.
So, would you consider a political career in your life?
Yeah, actually, it's one of the things I am working on currently.
Which office would you want to run for?
I would say I'm Minister of Women Affairs. I mean, I am a feminist. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's good. What about you?
Basically, I have not thought about it, but in case maybe there's that opportunity in the future, that we can play roles differently.
Aisha, are you interested in a political career?
No, we all make mistakes. So seeing the way Nigerians reacted to Buhari after he passed away, just changed my mind about going into politics because definitely I'll make some right choices and some wrong choices as well. So I'd rather stay from the side and do my very best to make a positive change in my own aspect than go into politics.
Habiba?
No, I don't think I would like to go into politics. I myself, I believe politics is a dirty game, so I don't think I would do that.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yes, 100% sure I will contest because I'm a product of grassroots politics and I am part of the current coalition. So I wish to contest whether for party or any political position in my state.
Okay.
I'm not planning on going into politics anytime soon, but alhamdulillah, I just launched my new initiative, an NGO initiative, Samima's Green Voice, about climate justice and GBV protection. So inshallah, in the next coming years, I will surely dive into the world of politics.
Do you believe in student unionism or activism anymore?
I mean, I am an activist, so I would say yes, I still believe in the power of youth students. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same there. It's a very effective force and tool to actually push for change.
You?
Yes, and to some extent, we see positive outcomes from such unions and activists.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, to some extent, like they help most of the students in school when I was in school before I graduated.
Okay.
So yes.
Yes, I do believe in that leadership from a student background because it helped a lot students maybe from the hostels and issues with between lecturer and student.
Yeah.
They raise the voice of the voiceless
Yeah.
and promote unity among others.
Yes, I do, because I don't think there is anything more incredible than being the voice of the voiceless.
Okay.
Wow,
Wonderful.
I am very much interested in the answers they have given, even though critics would argue that it has been marred and blighted by a lot of corruption allegations and mainstream politicians influencing who becomes the SUG presidents and so on
But I
and
think
so
it's
forth.
not all school. Maybe it's just in Kano State.
But what we just
Okay, there has been other reports in other states.
what I would say is that we have to avoid godfatherism like in politics. We have to allow people with competence, credibility, and people with honest voice.
Yeah,
to
definitely. Yeah, you are right. This is an ideal situation. I have a friend from University of Zikwe who was expelled when he was an SUG president simply because he rose against the vice chancellor of that university. And so this is how the situation has
Very
become.
unfortunate.
Right from the university and then the mainstream politicians influencing. This is a very serious debate that maybe we may have time for in the future to talk about. Then final question on this segment: how do you guys organize change? Is it from your campus outward?
I think change begins with you yourself.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. I say,
I'm looking for details. Okay.
yeah, change should begins with you.
Okay.
You can't be a bad person and you expect your neighbor to be
And
good to
you be
yourself.
keep preaching
No.
rules of no, it can't happen.
Okay.
So you have to be the
We
example
keep on
by
saying our
yourself.
governments are bad. You yourself, are you a good person?
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
That's very good.
that's it.
So you ask yourself, are you a good person?
Of
That's
course
good.
I am.
Okay, are you a good person? And you want to start changing the situation by changing yourself.
Because change begins with us, and we usually talk about the future. Children are the futures of tomorrow. We are the leaders of tomorrow. But I believe the future is now. The future is us. It's what we shapes it to be. So I don't believe in the saying children are the leaders of tomorrow or the futures of tomorrow, because the future is today.
Okay.
We are the future now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's good. Aisha, it was Buhari's government who came up with the slogan, change begins with me. And it seems all of them are of the opinion that we should start changing ourselves before we think about changing others. Do you subscribe
Because
to
we are
this?
getting better in changing ourselves. The government should also work better on changing what's going on in the politics. There should be more youth inclusion, because we can't build a better Nigeria with leaders of yesterday. So we have to change it and actually implement the not too young to act, not too young to
run.
act, and give more opportunities to youth that they will make better impactful changes in the world.
All right, that brings us to the very much closer to the end of the program. We did a poll on the PAPShow Instagram page in which we asked our followers who they would vote for president come 2027. And it will shock you to hear the statistics. The stats go like this. 45% voted Jonathan Kwankwaso ticket, 28% voted Shoore Dembello, 19% voted Tinubu Shetima, and only 8%, that would surprise and shock you, 8% voted an Obi Bala ticket.
That's not a surprise.
But
It's
That's
really
not a surprise.
yeah, but I think
Why is it not a
the
surprise?
combined candidate has been intertwined, or how can I use it? Because most people did not see Obi / Bala. And you see, what we do, like, I believe most of these social media handles, some of them are not even in the country.
Okay.
Some of them do not have their PVCs. So
Yeah.
what really matters is who are on the ground
Oh.
to decide for the voice. And what we need now is who can make a better Nigeria.
Very
So
interesting. Nnamdi,
so
social
that's-
media, does it count? Social media, like,
Well, it's influenced popular opinions, people. But most importantly, why I said it's not a surprise is simply because we need to actually look at competence, character, capacity, and somebody who has the compassion. That's the very key.
okay,
key
the
thing.
social media account, like
Yes.
when somebody has huge amount of followers on social media, does that make that person, well, a president?
Yes, if he's able to actually convince the youth to come out and vote for him, it will actually be better than those that don't have huge social media influence.
You see, the thing is, I believe social media counts, but in terms of election, we have seen over time, for example, the last election, the majority of people on social media were for the OB tickets, obedience as they call themselves. But when it comes to, the day of the election, the polls, we did not really see, to a large extent, that much fire. Because these people are only comfortable with tweeting on their phones. They do not want to do the work of going out to cast their votes. Like Hadiza mentioned, you gave a statistic, only how many percent of registered voters?
24 million.
24. Can you
million,
imagine?
Did not vote.
Exactly.
And okay, your explanation is indicating that it should go beyond social media.
Exactly.
Election is at the polling unit. You go, you exercise your political mandate by voting for the candidate of your choosing, not by going on social media making
tweeting.
noises.
Apart from the election or voting, as far as you're an influencer in social media, you have to make it a reality. Start making development from your community, even though it's not the election time. So you have to make development.
Well, can I just say something, even if it's for 1 minute? I know we're out of time, but this whole divide of north-south, that's why when you mentioned competence, it's really, touched me. We don't need to look at where someone is from. We don't need to say it's the ton of south, the ton of north. Let's look at somebody who has the experience, who has the track record, because these people have been in the system, so even the pools are already not even
This one.
Okay, that's great.
Let us assume none of you voted in the polls. Come 2027, whose name would you put in that presidential list?
Tinubu.
Go ahead, sir.
I'll vote for His Excellency Kwankwaso.
Kwankwaso.
Tinubu.
Okay, I know I will surely not vote for Tinubu, but I will wait for any presidential candidate from the opposition. That's the coalition.
Same as his.
Wow,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
We have our answers, and that is a wrap on the maiden edition of the PAPShow Café. This has been wonderful to have you all here. Thank you for being on the PAPShow. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being here and listening to the amazing voices of the young people of Nigeria. Thank you, and until next time.
From Nile University to ABU Zaria, we have heard it all loud and clear. The youth are watching, learning, and ready to lead.
PAPShow Café isn't just a conversation. It's a youth movement, and it's just the beginning.
We'll be back next month with the same mission, tracking what's trending, what's broken, and indeed what must change.
Are you a youth? Do you want to be part of the PAPShow Café? Well, you have a chance. Send us an application to our email address and WhatsApp number showing on your screen right now, and someone will contact you. Till then, follow the conversation online at PAPShowNG and use the hashtag PAPShow Café.
This is the PAPShow Café, where youth speak and leaders listen.
Welcome back. We're on the PAPShow Café. This is an amazing, insightful conversation that we are holding with young, powerful voices. These are the conversations that need to be had because these are the minds of tomorrow, the futures of tomorrow that people are saying would not come. People are saying Gen Z's brains are fried. These are it's proving proving wrong. It's proving wrong, and we're having conversations that matter.
And the opinions, the views, the viewpoints are also interesting, and definitely whoever listens, they will say that okay, these people are have not only gone to school, but they have also had a grasp of the situation that we're going through in Nigeria.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
We've covered political participation. We've covered living situations in Nigeria. We've covered how people are treated in this country, and
we've also covered with regards to Ndembele's interview. Should we be journalists or activists?
Well,
no debating on this.
That's not the first time. People like Senator Shehu Sani and the likes of them, they were journalists. But I'm more interested now on the issue of the NNPC Limited. You know, I think that's part of
selling the refineries. Definitely.
If you see, we are in a classical Duchess disease kind of it's called Duchess disease, where the country, the economy is solely dependent on revenue generation from oil or gas, and at the end of the day, the rest of the economy suffers. So if you see Nigeria, that is our issue today. It's an existential crisis. It's been there. Now the world has energy transitions, the Paris Agreement. You know, there are so many of them. And if Nigeria would want to, migrate faster, to energy sufficiency, where there will be transition from this fossil energy to newer forms of energy, will have to suffer. So the issue
do you believe that we have to industrialize
the
first?
Government does not have any business with refining crude or producing.
You think it should be a private sector thing?
See,
just a brief answer.
Okay.
Do you think it should be privatized?
Yes or no?
If it's a yes or no, now
yes
it's dicey.
Or no?
It
should
cannot be.
It be privatized?
It's already privatized because now it's NNPC Limited. It's a company limited by shares.
Part of it has been
It has
privatized.
subsidiaries.
Okay. I think,
no, but not the whole of it has been.
I
think the 18 billion US dollars removed or allocated for the refinery rehabilitation. Is it like, the question is that, has that money served the purpose of the rehabilitation of those refineries? And the next step they are taking is that to sell those refineries. Okay. Then where are we?
No. There's a contradiction here, and it's sort of complicated. Maybe some of them would tell you that it's more complicated than you know. But it looks like, although this is a male-dominated kind of topic, because NNPC...
How is it a male-dominated?
No. I'm coming to that. NPC, crude oil, and whatever is sort of an issue that affects the men. I'm interested.
She's a woman in sense.
I'm curiously interested to know whether the women on the panel are interested in whether or not.
She is a woman in
exactly,
STEM, so I'm sure she has an opinion.
It should be sold.
Should be sold?
Yeah.
No,
Aisha, should it be sold? Should it be sold?
But why are we
holding
back?
I was going to answer.
You said it's dicey.
You said it's dicey, but you believe
you have to
it's
look at it
already
from a
been
business
privatized.
perspective also. See, this is our natural abundant resources. You understand? It's Nigerians that own it. The government is playing a quasi-regulatory position in terms of what is happening now. It's now a private limited company. So why not we do not have the capacity in terms of financing. We do not have the expertise to, so why not bring in people who will partner? There are different forms of partnership that could work, but carry Nigerians along, communicate. You see,
What
just
do
the
you
removal
think?
of subsidy has affected us.
I believe it should be sold because, money have been going into there, and we're not seeing any change. Exactly.
Yes.
And then we have noticed over the years in Nigeria, the private sector does better than the public sector. So since when it has been owned by the Nigerian government, what have happened? What has happened?
It
So
hasn't
if
served the good of the
exactly,
people.
but money keeps on going there. So if it's owned by, for example, the thing is that the people who would buy it we shouldn't just sell it to maybe random people. It should be notable people that we trust that they would have the interest of the average Nigerian at heart.
You see, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Okay.
I think
If
Aisha has an
privatization
opinion as well.
wins, then there's a high possibility that we might get more employment opportunities for the youth. But the price may still continue. Fuel will still be expensive, even more expensive than it was before. So that's why I do not support this.
Okay.
So the issue of refinery sales and all Kaduna, Warri and Rivers is something very cumbersome to understand the nature, because if you trace back to the president of the NNPC, there is a lot of questions which they are yet to answer from the Senate Public Account Committee, and there is a lawsuit currently in the Federal High Court of Lagos.
There's a lawsuit?
Yeah, there is a lawsuit accusing the NNPC, and under socio-economic rights and accountability project, they sue NNPC for an order, seeking an order of mandamus to compel the NNPC to provide details of the account of that missing funds, and provide to the court those who mischieved or mismanaged the property for appropriate investigation and prosecution. So I think the selling is not a bad idea, but we have to first solve that issue as a country, because those money will have been used to fund the next budget at that time, or it will be used to save some education, insecurity, and infrastructure. So the point is that there are a lot of questions to answer, but they are trying to just dodge it, because that refineries are included in the budget of refinery rehabilitation. So monies have been deducted from the oil's royalties, maintenance of pipe, gas line and all. So you see, if you dip into that, you know that there is a lot of corrupt practices. And to me, if I to advise the government, they should invite both the current and past MD of the NNPC, because all this lootering has happened 9 years back during the past administration, and it's not far from now. So it's something that we have to investigate, because we have to regain our national trust.
Speaking of, sorry, before we get into past administration on a tragic turn, I think Semima, you wanted to mention something briefly.
So to me, the NNPC selling refineries is more of like a climate-wise, and we must ask. Because, you know, climate change is no longer a distant threat. It's the crisis of now. And our silence helps it grow. So I think every flood, every drought or heat wave is a reminder that nature is speaking. Because in my community, climate change means more than flood. It means hunger, destruction, and so much more. So I don't have a lot to say about this, but I only have a question to our leaders here in Nigeria, which is Nigeria transitioning cleaner energy or shifting ownership of pollution industries? So that's my question to the leaders here in Nigeria, because I believe we should patronize sustainability, not profits.
This is punchy.
Yeah.
That is punchy. While we are on that topic now, a few weeks back, the nation lost President Muhammadu Buhari. There have been mixed reactions, to say the least, from Nigerians. The reactions were interesting, is what I want to say.
Yeah, I saw on Instagram and TikTok some persons making memes, some dancing. I mean, we just lost the past president. Why is it this level of happiness amongst, especially the youths? I saw a meme of him going to hellfire. I'm like, oh my God. Is this the length to how much the average Nigerian hates this person? And personally, I believe that rather than focusing on focusing on why are these people celebrating a death, it is not good, we should ask ourselves, why are they celebrating his death? I mean, the last time Nigerians celebrated that death, death of a past president, was when Abacha died. I think people also celebrated. Somebody would go to a village and like, yay, that kind of vibe. So we saw something similar now that Buhari, the late President Muhammadu Buhari, has passed. I think it speaks volume. Why is the average Nigerian that happy about the death of a past president?
You see,
I think you want to.
What I wanted to say first is allergy cancer. May God forgive his shortcomings and grant him Aljana Firdaus. From our own end as Africans, though it was very pathetic, no one saw it coming. But from our own end as cultured people, we were trained not to speak ill of the dead. And I believe this is similar with all religions and cultures across the world. So seeing that also showed me into, as someone who follows, you can see from my cap who I follow. So it's more
Who do you follow? Sorry.
No, I belong to the Conquasorial ideology.
Conquasorial ideology.
That
is an ideology.
Yes, it's an ideology. It's not just in politics and development and what have you.
A political ideology.
Not a political, it's an ideology itself. But everything, like I say, is intertwined with leadership, politics, business, you name it. So from my end, it's kind of made me felt somehow that whether you like it or not, there's no leader that comes in that would not want to do one good thing for his people. So why do we not celebrate our leaders? Why do we not, no matter, nobody is 100%, but I understand that we Africans were more driven by emotions than logic. And sometimes we take things too far.
The most, that's why I during his administration, during the NSAS protest, they restricted Twitter based on certain posts and comments. So the average Nigerians, especially the young people, lack the educational background to understand what is the real purpose of government. So some do take their story from Tebri Meshai, all those that, so, and they do believe in that. So the President Muhammadu Buhari is one of the honest and with zero corruption record we ever have in this country. So we have to have sympathy for his death. I study in University of Maiduguri, where you will be thinking you run there or here because of Boko Haram, bombs everywhere. But as Buhari emerged as the president, they do tackle that insurgency. We get to round up with peace and unity, with happiness, and we celebrate and being alumni of that university.
I believe they renamed it after him.
Yeah, after President Muhammad. So you see, we have different conceptions. But what I want the government to do is that all that TikTok and something that our local people normally use to post that rubbish or something should be restricted. Because
you believe in media restriction?
Yeah, I believe in media restriction.
Really?
When it is valid.
Okay, who is saying no? Who is saying no to him?
Okay, my view is that you see there are some things that you say is against the nature.
Honorable, maybe we can say censorship, so that it's not restricted.
No restriction, but let it be like there is a guide where if you want to post something, it will stop you automatically. There are tech development programmers who can do that.
I mean, I think TikTok does that.
It does have a guide.
If you post a comment before you bring exactly
because you don't know how far it will go.
That's
you get me?
It
tarnish image of the voice of the voiceless.
Not on the app.
You get my point?
It's so toxic.
No, one thing. Okay, Samima, you're saying that you are averse to him, to his idea of, as you said, restricting.
There is freedom of expression is.
I don't think it's a really great
Okay, what about censorship? Are you pro censorship? Pro censorship or anti censorship? restriction, as most of you have said, it's bad. It's a no.
I mean, it will affect you guys too.
Freedom of expression,
Yeah.
as I was trying to make a point,
So-
is a fundamental.
Human rights.
It's a fundamental human.
But you
There's
know
a
there's
reason
a
that
war going on in Nigeria
there
on
is
social
a
media
fundamental. There's a
No,
reason
it's a-
why.
it's a
There's a
constitution-
reason
it's a
coming from a
constitutional
legal.
approach.
Coming from
It's
a.
a- it's a
There's a
it's a
reason why
constitutional approach.
it is
Like-
constitutionally binding on every single Nigerian. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Freedom of expression is there. Everyone has.
Okay, but
everyone
let me
has
let me
a
ask
right.
you.
I wanted
Let me
to
ask
look
you
at this
about
from
the
the
death
point-
of President Muhammadu Buhari. Do you like what you see?
No,
I don't.
But I want us to
think
look
so.
at it from this angle. That didn't come from nowhere. Let us not pretend. A lot of the average Nigerians were not satisfied by his leadership. Some of his policies did not favor the average Nigerian.
He
that
made
did not.
early gains, starting with the treasury single account, and then the whistleblower policies, and he successfully reclaimed some Boko Haram.
I do.
But then, as insecurity and corruption went down, insurgency and corruption went down, economic hardships, banditry, kidnapping, it all came up. So I think that was the reason why most Nigerians were very, very
Yeah.
hateful.
that's
after
So we should
Nigeria.
not, we should
that
not make it,
tells-
we should not
tells
make it
us
look
what-
as
what-
if.
what-
we should not make it look
what
as
Nigeria, what Nigerians fail to understand is that, sorry to say, at that time insecurity is disturbing Northeast, and all the security high-ranking leaders were given to those Northeast origin, like the National Security Advisor Mungunu, Chief of Army Staff Buratai. So Buhari government lacks is check and balancing between those appointees.
And
You
we
get
must
my
understand
point?
that
But
fighting insecurity is never a one-time project. It must
Yeah,
carry
that's
on
the point.
after
It's
every.
the-
But
has to be
yeah, but the
continuous.
point remains that these people who did those terrible stuffs with their posts and tweets,
Yes.
they were. I mean, it came from somewhere. We shouldn't be oblivious to the fact that
Yeah, because
we shouldn't make it look like they were just ranting for no reason. They had something
Valid concern.
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So recently, there is an explainer video we put out talking about the tax reform bills, the now Nigeria tax reform laws that is going to be implemented in January of 2026. Yusuf,
yeah,
you've watched that clip.
yeah. of
What do you
course.
make of it? What have you learned from it?
Okay. That clip was very interesting in the sense that so many Nigerians do not understand what the tax reform bill actually means, or the taxation in general. And that is very educative, because some get to understand the formula of share of that VAT and the formula between which the tiers of government share the revenue. And what I do believe, at first we were against the tax reform bill, because under the equality and derivation, it was not proper, or there is no equitable ground granting all the regions of the zones in Nigeria to benefit. But as the Governors Forum chipped in with so many public hearing and stakeholders, they amend that in the sense that the equality get, is it 55 or 50? The population get 35, and the derivation get, is it how much? I think 30. So you see, federal government will receive 15%, while state government will receive 55%, and the local government will receive 35%.
Yes.
Do you think derivation should have more, or equity should have more in the tax reform bill? I think the first one that they released, derivation had, I think it was about 60% that a
it
lot
has
of
more.
governors started.
Because you see, if derivation go high, like Lagos now, for example, there are a lot of registered companies, both domestic and foreign. So, and what they are looking there is that, is the main headquarter of that company registered in which state? For example, Dangote company, sugar company, is registered in Lagos, but they are producing and manufacturing in between Taraba and Yola. So what is the benefit of those people that are farming that sugarcane and something there?
But Taraba and Yola should also have other things that they can
No,
use to
that's
generate.
the system.
I mean, Lagos
Taxation should
exactly.
benefit.
Yeah.
Lagos
So
generates more.
that's right. A lot of questions to the lawmakers. Okay, how do those people benefit? Okay, for example, in Nasarawa State, the local people from the village always see the Chinese people or the miners coming away with security, packing a lot of mineral resources like copper and all, moving out, but did not benefit. If you find out that they do not even have hospital or school, and they are sleeping on top of billions. So how do government plan?
So I think is the time of the governors of this state, I mean, to fight.
Take responsibility.
Exactly. So if derivation have more, governors would want to make sure their states produce more so that they would have more.
Well, there's an interesting topic that we need to take a look at, and unfortunately we're running out of time, so we're gonna have to make it as brief as possible. It's about the recent massacre in Benue State. It's one of the most complicated topics we have treated so far, especially on PAP. There are people who are calling it a genocide, others are calling it ethnic cleansing, others are calling it terrorism, even though one security analyst we spoke to, Dr. Kabir Adam, said, no, we should not be the ones to label it as terrorism or something like that. Yusuf, briefly, what do you have to say? What do you make of the situation in Benue State? Are we overblowing it or underplaying it?
You see, the current massacre or something, I'll use it in Benue. Actually, the question is not Benue, it's all around the nation.
Okay.
The issue of insecurity has been something that disturbing our people day by day, minute by minute, second by second. So what I do understand is that it is the failure of the government. In which sense? You cannot, there is a program in Kaduna where the State Minister of Defense was mentioning that the insecurity has been solved, while a day before, 35 people were slaughtered in Zamfara. And you can see how they put propaganda into security issues. It's a matter of life. So you cannot bring in someone into position that he did not fit. Okay, what I mean that he did not fit, I did not study any security expert. I did not, through my career, being a security personnel or something. I was like the Minister of Defense, not the state. He was a chairman, Buri, they changed something. So they bring in profit. They don't understand the nature of security.
I believe that the recent happenings in the past years in Benue State have contributed significantly to the rise of food prices. Because we always hear slogan, every state has slogan, Edo State, heartbeat of the nation. Oh. And then, and then Benue State, food basket of the nation. And the people of Benue are literally no longer farming as much as they used to because of the level of insecurity in their state. I was in Edo North, I'm from Edo North, I was in Edo North in March, and a lot of the young people in Edo North currently are indigenous of Benue State. They have run because literally they're being killed day by day. So this level of insecurity in Benue is deeper than how we see it. Until you're there, you will not understand how much these people are suffering.
That is quite disheartening.
That's why I
imagine and
believe that we all can do something, but not everything. Even though if it's in the little way we can, like advocacy, showing up, just in the little way we can. So I think we all need to do something, but not everything.
Certainly we can. That was amazing. We will be going on a short break. See you in a bit.
Take a seat on the Political Advantage platform for real conversations about Nigeria by Nigerians. Follow our live stream across these channels and learn how it all affects you. Every Sunday, you have a chance to stay ahead by staying engaged and informed. Tune in to the Political Advantage platform to share in real conversations that matter to you.
Welcome back. Politics isn't just for the old guard. It's our future too. But does the system feel built for us or against us?
Yeah, indeed. How do you stay politically involved as a youth? Is it X for you or town hall gatherings? Or are you not involved at all? Let's hear from our esteemed guests.